Good morning. Time to express with the best. Akila Roberts, your phenomenal expressions coach, here to give you day 42 morning devotion prayer. Day 42 of 2025, and the topic is God's providence. When the layer of dew evaporated, behold, on the surface of the wilderness, there was a fine flake like thing, fine as the frost on the ground. When the sons of Israel saw it, they said to one another, "What is this?" For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, "It is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat." Exodus. Seems like it's snow. I don't know why would we be eating snow. I don't know. The now, we're eating the now. Let's take off the S. I don't know. Exodus. Sometimes when God moves in our lives in mysterious ways or provides in ways that we weren't expecting, we often respond with a surprise, "What?" or "What was that?" The story of Israel Exodus from Egypt is the grand adventure of ups and downs from the people of God and sets a tone for them throughout all of the Old Testament. Amen. The now. That was old, and now this is the new. This is what we are about to experience right now. And let's be mindful of what's happening right now. Then Jesus comes on the scene and changes the narrative by saying, "I am the bread of life. Take and eat me." Many are left saying to themselves, "What?" Many walk away while only a few decide to stay and partake of the mystery of God's providence. Where do you need God to provide today? Where do you need God to provide today? The prayer is, "God, thank you for providing me my daily bread. Help me to trust that you will always be watching out for my needs." This is something that I have been saying and wondering and praying on of as far as food. Food for thought, food for the mental. You know what I'm saying? Like eating what a person says, digesting what a person says and does. Um, that's food for your brain. Who said you had to go out there and kill the pigs and the cows and and everything else to eat? I was talking about eating me. And you can eat the food from anybody else if you want to. You can go and believe anybody else. See, they were speaking in metaphors. Everything that they were saying, their words and all of that, it is not the same as we have comprehended. Their comprehension is way different from our comprehension. Their wording is way different from our wording. Amen. I don't think y'all not following me. I don't think y'all hearing what I'm saying. We misunderstood. We always misunderstanding the word because we weren't there. We don't know what they meant because it's what? You know what I'm saying? I'm confused on what you're talking about. You want me to eat you? What do you mean eat you? You want me to kill you and chop you up and fry you like we do these pigs and these cows? Or what do you mean? I need you to explain to me what do you mean? Exactly. Exactly. Now think about the word death. Think about the word sickness. Think about all of those words and think about how we misinterpret that when God says all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Revelation, when he says, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? When he went down and they buried him and hung him on the cross, did they really do that? Or was that a metaphor? Did anybody really die? Or was that a metaphor?" Think about it. Think about it. I think this is all a misunderstanding. And then our minds got tricked into believing it so it became. Amen. We rewire. Take a step back. And stop being confused about simple things, simple wordings, and simple words. The dictionary is to blame, the teachers are to blame because nobody knows what the heck they talking about. Nobody knows what they talking about. You wanna know why they don't know what they was talking about? Because nobody was there. Nobody was there. Okay. And the way that we take words and we'll twist them and we'll create our own meaning to them is the same thing back then. Their wording for what, you know what I'm saying? The word death probably never meant you actually die and never come back type of situation. Or maybe it was, maybe it wasn't an actual funeral that actually took place. You know, maybe they just left. You know what I'm saying? The older women would usually be like, "Oh, he passed," or "He's no longer with us," and so on and so forth. And we'll automatically think like, "Oh, did he die?" He's like, "No, he just moved on. He just left. He just moved out of state." Like, you know what I'm saying? He just no longer with us. It doesn't mean that he died. It just means he's gone. He moved on with his life. Amen. He never came back. We make this whole idea of these things, these words, and everything else, and we confuse ourselves, and we can start to confuse everyone else, and now everybody's confused, and nobody knows what's what and what's going on, and we have sunken to the bottom of the rabbit hole, and it's very sad. Um, but I would say that comprehension is very key and important. Let me reread this for you guys. Sometimes when God moves in our lives in mysterious ways or provides in ways that we weren't expecting, we often respond with a surprise, what? Or what was that? The story of Israel from Egypt is a grand adventure of ups and downs from people of God and sets a tone for them throughout the Old Testament. Jesus comes on the scene and changes the narrative by saying, I am the bread of life. Take and eat me. Many are left saying to themselves, what? Many walk away, while only a few decided to stay and partake of the mystery of God's providence. What do you need God to provide today? And thank God for his daily bread. Daily bread, meaning speak to your people, educate your kids, educate other people in the school system. That's food. Learning, that's food. It's good for your mind, it's good for your body. But if what you're teaching me is not helpful, if what you're teaching me is things that are not going to make me happy and they're going to give me a trigger that's going to make me mad, how is that going to help me with my day? Because now all you did was make me upset. You know what I'm saying? All you did was confuse me, especially if you trying to educate me and I just can't grasp the lesson and I just can't understand it. So now all I am left with being is confused because there's too many there's too many word patterns and too many tricks and too many subliminals and audience and all these subliminals and all this stuff instead of a person just saying exactly what it is. And nobody is never going to tell you exactly what it is. It's all going to be spoken in. Amen. It is only up to person to figure out what exactly they talking about. And we lean on pastors and prophets and our own understanding of what they talking about, and we all wrong. I believe that. I believe we all wrong. Amen. We all wrong. And I don't know how we gonna fix a century of misunderstanding. I don't know. But let's come up with some ideas. Amen. Okay. Peace and love.